Sorry for the delay, folks. There's a link to the meeting minutes in the chat. We'll start now. We're 5 minutes in. That's enough time for anybody to join in. All right, let me just share my screen. All right. As always, add your name in, add any topic you want to the agenda, as you wish. All right. Welcome to the third meetup, Hacktoberfest with Layer5. If you haven't been to the last two, well, you missed out. But no issues, we record our meetings. So all you need to do is head out to our YouTube channel and go see them. You'll find a link to this page in the meeting minutes. It includes all of the information that we want to share with you. As a Hacktoberfest participant and as a newcomer starting out in the community, you have enough resources here to start out. You'll also find a table here that specifies or that details out the tutorials that we've had so far. And shoot, the link is missing here. That will be updated soon enough. So you can come here and check these out, or again, you can go to YouTube and check them out. That's your call. All right. More of you today. We have a tutorial on Git from Ruth, and a run through of the Layer5 projects and an overview of the side projects, which basically is in our areas that you can contribute to as a Hacktoberfest participant or as a newcomer in general. To make things exciting for you, we have a meetings table already and typed up. So you'll never miss a meeting again. You'll find all the links here to the meeting minutes, to the meeting links, the recordings as well. So that's it. Never miss out on another Layer5 meeting. We will harass you until you come to us. All right. Ruth, is your audio issues fixed now? Hey.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Okay, cool.
Great. Do you want to start with this?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay, I think okay, stop presenting. Okay, hello everyone. Sorry, give me a second. Let me share my screen. Is it visible?
Yep, it is.
Give me a second. Okay, yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Ruth Ikega from Nigeria, and I'm a Layer5 MeshMate. And today in this tutorial, I'll be taking you like a walkthrough to contributing to Layer5, and welcome everyone who is a contributor, and welcome everyone who is a Hacktoberfest participant. So in this short tutorial, it's going to be very short. So I'll be taking you through walking through contributing to Layer5. Yeah. So now the first thing for basically why we put up this tutorial is mainly for the Hacktoberfest participants. Like throughout this month we've been doing like every Thursday we've been doing a Hacktoberfest meetup. So we might have noticed that some of the Hacktoberfest participants who are not contributors might have been finding it difficult to navigate through the Layer 5 organization. So the first thing you do when you like hop on to Layer 5 is you want to look at the GitHub overview. And I'm sure Shruti shared this slide. I'm sure everybody has access to it. So if you click on this link, it will take you to the Layer 5 overview, repository overview, GitHub, and you can see here we have like 42 repositories here, different repositories. We have like 42 of them. So this overview would help you pick which of the repositories or which of the projects in Layer 5 you want to help contribute to. So, and also at this point here, you can search up whatever repository you want to search as per the name. So that's the first thing you should do. Then now I wanted to highlight some newcomer resources that are really going to be very helpful to you as a newcomer. First, we put up like a newcomer's welcome guide, and this Google Doc contains almost everything you need to know as a newcomer to Layer 5. So you should do well to consume this resource. And we also have a community guide. This guide is also everything about the Layer 5 community and how to navigate your way through. And also, if you want to, normally, what you should do when you like hop into a project is consume the README content of each repository. So good enough, we have like an overview of each repository in the Layer 5 community, right? So another resource is the good first issues. So we have cumulated, if you navigate to this, we have accumulated some good first issues in the Layer 5 organization. So it just makes things easier for you as a newcomer. That's like, I know Lee would say we do not mess up with a newcomer's experience. So we just make things very, very easy for you. So the last resource that's very, very important is the contributing guidelines, right? So this is really very important because you would understand how to better contribute. We have like a resource together for you to understand how to fork the repository, what it means to fork a repository, to clone to local, and every step, it's a step-by-step procedure, and not just a step-by-step procedure, but it shows you like why you should do this and why you shouldn't do this, right? So please do well to take a look at all these resources that have been listed here. So now, so the first thing is you pick an organization. So I told you like this is like a walkthrough of contributing to Layer 5. So the first thing you do when like you pick up a project or a particular repository on Layer 5 is you go to the issue area. Now, you can see from this screenshot, right? I made a screenshot of the issue area of this particular repository, Layer 5. So the first thing you should do, you go to the issue area to see the open issues. You can see here that there are like 36 open issues that are available. So you do a span and you search for the one you can contribute to. You search for you pick up any of them you can contribute to, and you make a comment under the issue, and someone in community gets it assigned to you, and you go ahead and start fixing the issue. So why we stress on making a comment on the issue is because we do not want clashes when maybe if you don't make a comment, someone else might have been working on the issue, and two PRs come in and there'll be a clash, right? So please do well to when you click on an issue, you should read the comments and see if someone is assigned to it. But if no one is assigned to it, make a comment and definitely we get it assigned to you. So like I said, it's going to be all practical. So we are going to be going through one of the issues on one of the repositories, and it's like a walkthrough through contributing and pushing your code back. So give me a second. Right. Okay, so the repository I navigated to is scoop buckets. So you can see, yeah, so this is a scoop bucket. So like I said, the one of the first things you should do, you read about, you consume the readme of the project to understand what the project is about and all those other resources that were listed out, right? All the other resources that were listed out, right? So then now let's navigate to the issue area. Now there's one open issue, which is this, adding a pull request template. So now this is an open issue, adding a pull request template. Now, one good thing about the Layer 5 community is we make things very easy for you. I know, like when I said contributing initially, I was really very marveled at how much an issue would have like proper explanation, like everything, every resource you need to tackle that issue will be given to you. Like it has a proper description below here. So you see that this issue is about, so the current behavior is this repository is missing a template to present to contributors when they create like a PR, a pull request. A PR means a pull request. So what this is about is, okay, this repository doesn't have a pull request template. So there's no information when a contributor creates a PR. So what is the desired behavior? Desired behavior is using this resource. So there's a resource that has, remember I said we have so many, we have like up to 46 repositories. So one of our repositories here was referenced, the Layer 5 repository. It has a pull request template. This is it. So the issue says the desired behavior here is using this resource as a template. You can simply copy this file, create a pull request template.md in the .github folder of this repository. So everything has been explained here on what you should do. So like I said earlier, please, whenever you see an issue, please try to make a comment and it gets assigned to you. Well, this was self-assigned because this is like what I want to use for the practical session and the demonstration. So yeah, let's like go ahead. So then after commenting and it gets assigned to you, the next thing you want to do is go ahead and start contributing. But like I said, don't forget going through the contributing guidelines. For me, I'm already familiar with the process, so I'm not going to be like using that document. So for you that's a newcomer, please do well like to go through the contributing guidelines. So let's go ahead and start contributing. So I'm going to I like opening stuff in new tabs, or sorry. So I just opened this in a new tab. Let me stop this. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. So yeah. So the next thing is, the first thing you have to do, right, is to fork the repository. And please also remember that please start the repositories as you contribute. Start your favorite repositories. You can see mine, I've already started here. So you click on fork this repository, and so this is process of forking the repository. So it's just going to take some seconds. Okay, so you see I have successfully forked this repository. So the next step here is to clone it to your local device, your local system rather. So I have git bash open here. So I have to make this, is this visible? I need to make this.
Yep,
Can
it
everyone
is.
see? The git bash, yeah, it's visible, right?
Yep, it is visible.
Okay, sure. So like I said, the next step is to clone the repository. So you click on code. Remember, you're cloning your forked copy and not the original one. This is what you're cloning. So you should always be sure that you're cloning the forked copy. So you click on this, it automatically copies it. Then the first command, let's go back to git bash. So git clone. So yeah, paste it. hit enter. Okay, that's cool. So we've successfully cloned the repository, so I'll just cd into it. Okay, so I'm using a Windows operating system, just so you know. So cd into, now the next thing is we want to, if you've opened the contributing guideline, you see that you have to like add the remote repository. So we want to add the remote repository so we can be able to pull and merge changes when to our local to update our own copy. So you have to add the remote repository, and where you're going to get the HTTP address is you have to navigate to the original repository, right? So you see, this is the original repository. I want to add the remote. This is like the remote repository. We want to add it. So we click here and you copy that. So yeah. So get remote add upstream. So let me paste it. Okay. Okay, so now I've added the remote. So for you to, if you want to be sure you've added that, so you can do a git remote -v, and yeah, so you see the remote repository has been added, right? So for you to get changes, you can do a git pull and a git merge, but right now it's we just forked the repository, so it's actually up to date. If you after you do that, it still show you that it's up to date. So the next thing is so with working with Git and GitHub, you need to create branches. So it's necessary you create branches when you want to work and you do not work on the master, or it's now called the main branch, but you do not work directly into your own master branch. It's necessary that you create a branch that you would work with. So if you are looking at the contributing guideline to create a branch, so we want to work on, and specifically layer 5 has like, they have like a suggestion for you to create better branches. So it's better like you create it with your name slash the issue number most of the time, or what the issue is about. If you go through the contributing guidelines, you'd get more context on that. So let's create a branch, a new branch. Git, sorry, let me get something. Git. So there's a shortcut to actually create a branch and check out into that branch, right? So you can do a git checkout -b, then the name of the branch. So it's once it creates the branch, it automatically checks out into that branch. So like I said, like a better way to name your branch is just name it with the issue number. So let me just get the issue number. Okay, so issue 8. Okay, so just give me a sec. So Ruth, I prefer naming it like this, my name and slash issue number 8. You can actually name it, but this way I feel it goes straight to the point. Yeah. So git checkout -b, and I've named the branch. So you see it's going to make a switch. So if you see it switched to the branch, it switched here to the branch. So then we go ahead to make the changes. So I use VS Code. So that's the editor I'm going to be using to make this change. So a command to open VS Code from git bash is code dot. So this like automatically opens VS Code on git bash. Just give me a second for it to open. Okay. Okay, so having in mind what we, sorry, just give me a second. Okay, yeah. Okay, so remember what the repository, what this issue rather is about is adding a pull request template file. The desired behavior is creating a pull request template file and adding it to the .github folder of this repository. So let's open VS Code. Sorry, I'm going to be navigating a lot. Okay. So we have the dot. Is it visible?
Yep, it is.
Oh, sure. Okay. So we have a .github folder, and remember the desired behavior was to create a pull request template.md file under .github, under this part .github folder. So we just, sorry, let me check exactly how pull request template.md. Okay, so you, under this part, you create a new file. Pull request. Is this not too long? Okay, sorry. I think I already created it. Oh, sorry, let me rename this. Okay, sorry. Wait. Okay. Yeah, so this was this created under .github. Oh, sorry. Shit. I created it wrongly. So let me do that again. Okay. Now it should create under that. Okay, yeah, so this is under that path .github. So what's the next thing is populating this with, remember there was a reference here. There was a reference on Layer5 repository, so I navigated to that and just go ahead and copy this. Just give me a sec. Let me just copy this. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So paste. Okay. So now we created a pull request template already. So this is like, this is, you can preview your changes here. Right, okay, so that's good to go. So now we've made the changes. The next step is to push this back to GitHub. So for VS Code has like an inbuilt terminal. So you open this new terminal. Yeah, so see, it's already switched already into the new branch we created. So for you to check, be sure of the changes you made, you do a git status. So you can see that the file we created, you see it in red. So the next step is to add your changes, add the changes you've made. So that's git add. You could either call out the file, or you do a dot, which is add all. You can either call out the file or add all. So if you do a git status again, you'd see a change to it has been added. It signifies green here, that shows that it has been added. So the next thing you want to do is commit your changes. So now this is the point where most of the time we shall like have, sometimes we have issues when people, I also had issues where when I started, like um when you want to, we have like a DCO check. What DCO means is developer certificate of origin, that ensures that whoever is contributing is the person that signed off. You must always sign off your commits. So when typing your commit message, you have to, when committing, you have to sign it off. So you do a git dash dash sign off. Sorry, dash then the commit message. So added pull request template. Okay, so you you oh sorry.
You've got the commit, git commit sign of
Oh,
M.
sorry. Sorry. So git commit. Sorry for that. Thanks, Treaty.
No issues.
Yeah. So added pull request template.
I have a real quick question. Are you in Bash? So you could like hit the up arrow and go to the beginning of the line and type in git commit?
Yeah, I think she is, and yeah, she can do
Okay.
that.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that.
So it's basically a shortcut. So if you have
Oh,
used a command before, you can just click on your upper arrow and it
oh,
will
yeah,
copy the same
yeah.
command.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we've committed this change. So the next thing is
Hey Ruth, a quick
push.
question.
Oh, sorry.
Can I
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
the git command that dash dash sign off?
Yeah.
What does it use for? I mean,
Okay, so it's a DCO developer certificate of origin. So it signs off your commits. Every commit you make, it signs it off, like with your details, your email, and your name. So when we make the PR, you'd see. I'll show you the how it signs it off, like how it would look.
okay, cool.
Sure,
Yeah.
let me add one line here. So
Okay.
basically what it does is add your credentials to the commit. It's like a digital signature.
Signature. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
that's it.
cool.
It basically adds your name and email ID and, if needed, an IP address to your commits, which basically links back to you.
Okay, got it.
Uh,
They can find you. Like, what were you doing here?
yeah. Go ahead, Ruth.
Okay, so right, we've signed off the commit and we've committed. So the next thing is pushing
One minor
changes.
thing that I would like to add here,
Okay,
to sign off, you can also use a shorthand -s. So that's a shorthand
yeah,
for signing off.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yeah. Okay, so thanks everyone for all the additions. So to push the changes back to GitHub, you do a git push origin, then the name of the branch. So let me just copy this. Okay. Okay. Mhm. So 1 second. Okay, so let's go back. Let's navigate back to the repository and check it out. So yeah, so you see we have pushed some changes. So you click on compare and pull requests. Okay, so
Could you
yeah,
flash your bash terminal one more time, or
okay,
where you popped it up there? Yeah. Thank you.
all right. So okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so I use so you can see this, right? Signed off by,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we can
Okay.
write it like by manually also, I guess, if we don't do that sign off option.
Yeah, if you don't do it, and we have a particular check, a GitHub check that actually checks that. So if you don't do it, the check wouldn't pass.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we've created. Now the next thing is opening a pull request to the original repository, and usually we on other repositories we usually have the pull request template, just that this one doesn't have. So just in case you're making a change and you see a write-up here, please do well to fill it in. Like it usually has this PR fixes. You put the issue number here, and if you have any notes for the reviewers, you can put it underneath here, and you tick this to say yes, I signed my commits. And that's that. Let's go back to this. Okay, so next thing is you could just quickly write it. Let's just write it, this PR fixes #8. Yeah, so this. But usually on other repositories, you do not have to like write all this. It's already there. So this PR fixes this. Okay, so we go ahead and click create pull request. Yes, and we have successfully created a pull request in which a reviewer will be assigned, or people in the community will review the PR, and if there are necessary changes, we usually make comments for you to ensure those changes. And if you do not actually understand any implementation that has been asked, you can feel free to hop in the Slack channel, feel free to ask questions, and a community member would definitely answer your questions. So I think that's all. I would entertain any question.
Thank you for the tutorial, Ruth. That was
Yeah.
really helpful. I'll add 2 points here, if I may.
Okay.
Ruth, could you go back to your PR screen,
Okay.
please? Thank you. Could you scroll up? All right, 2 quick points. One, if you have, picture this, after you've made a commit, you realize that you haven't signed off on it. Now, if you go forward with a PR, your sign-off check it won't pass. So instead of doing that, you can run a simple command, which I typed up for you and sent on the Zoom chat, which will basically go back and sign off on your last commit. If you want to, I left that sentence back on. All right, if you want to sign off on commits that are going back or more than your last commit, you can use a head I option, and which is basically a low scale rebasing of your commits, and go back and amend your commits to include the sign off option before pushing it towards a PR. that will help you reduce the amount of effort, and that will save you from the trouble or the embarrassment of that check not passing through. Another point to notice here is when Ruth made that peer and included the line which says this peer fixes hash 8, what it basically does is it links back to the issue that was initially created to it. So when your peer is closed, that issue will automatically be linked and considered to be closed as well. This helps any reviewer or any passerby to confirm or to make sure that active issues and are converted into closed issues when they are done. That's all from my side. All right. Thank you so much for the tutorial, Ruth. Please pardon my interruptions. Any questions, anybody?
No, that's fine. Thanks for adding your inputs.
No issues. Any questions, anybody? All right. Well, that's it for the tutorial today. Thank you again, Ruth. That's legitimately all you need to make a contribution or to get started with Git.
Okay. Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Ruth, for the awesome tutorial.
Right. Well, before we move forward, let's honor a time-honored tradition. And is anybody new on the call? If so, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Maan Masood, I think you're new.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're audible.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, go on. Do you want
Yes.
to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Umar. I'm from New Delhi. I'm doing engineering in electronics and communication. I'm in second year right now. And I have joined this Layer 5 community to learn about things and open source. And how can I contribute to it? I'm just a beginner right now. So
That's great. Welcome to the community, Umar. We're all beginners here. Not all, but let's just we'll get you started somewhere. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, sure.
Great. All right. Moving on. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Radislav, please do correct me for pronouncing your name wrong.
Yeah, it's correct. Hello, my name is Radoslav Rachev. I'm from Bulgaria. I actually entered to the Slack channel after the last KubeConf to the Layer 5 community, and to be honest, I'm really excited to learn new things and to try to help you with everything which I could. Currently, I'm working as a senior DevOps in Cross. Maybe this is not familiar for most of you guys. And I'm currently working of the migration of their products to microservices and everything that's related to microservice, Kubernetes, and Dockers.
That's great, Radislav. I'm actually, that is familiar to me. You're very welcome to the community here. You
Thank
should
you.
actually join the Mesh Dev meeting next Wednesday.
Yeah, I actually spoke with Lee, and he advised me to first came to the Newcomer. I'm sorry that I late, but I was on the other meeting.
All right, we'll get you started in the community, hopefully, and we'll get you to the other meetings. Thank you for the intro. Moving on. All right, in spirit of starting out the right way, or whichever way you want to stumble through and come to us, we'll be harassing you enough times that you stay anyway. So I have a little run through of the Layer5 side projects planned for you, for anybody who wants to get into web development. So currently we have, just quickly, yep. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Anybody?
Yes, it is.
All right. We currently have 5 live side projects going on. One of them is the central Layer5 website, which is currently going under a massive transfer to a Gatsby platform. The current site is run on a Jakarta platform and uses a basic framework. We are in the process of transferring it or converting it into a next generation website, which runs on Gatsby and is currently being built with React and Strappy and Next.js. I won't be demoing that because it's still a in-progress project. But if anybody wants to check it out, I'll put a link into the meeting minutes. You can go ahead and do that. While I have you here, if you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe. You'll get all the links, you'll all get all the resources you need to get started out. Apart from that, you can also go ahead and check out all of our projects. For anybody who wants to get involved in Meshry or the SMI initiative or the SMP initiative or any of the programs that we have currently, this would be the perfect place for you to start out for an initial introduction. Post this, jump onto a Slack. It really is the life and heart of Layer5. Any questions you have, you can post them on the general channel. It's a pretty forgiving community, so you're in good hands at any point of time. Moving on, the second website project that we're working on currently is the Meshry.io website. Meshry is one of the central projects under Layer5. It's the service mesh management plane. I realize a lot of you might not know what those words mean. Hopefully you will soon. Again, this is one of the perfect places to start out. This site is also run on Jakarta. If you're looking to start out with Meshry, another perfect place would be the documentation, but more of that later because that's not a very interesting platform. Moving on, another site that recently went under a major refurbishment is the SMP project site. It still is up for grabs for anybody who wants to work on it. Contact Pratay actually, who is on the call today, I think, if you want to work on this. Or speak out now or signal on Slack as you. That is your call. We'll be harassing you enough times anyway. All right. All right, those are the side projects. I'll be adding links to the meeting minutes, so you can come back and check here. Another good thing that we can make time for in this call is to point out areas that you can work with or that you can start out with, at least for either Hacktoberfest participants or for newcomers. These are some questions for you. So what you can do is you can pick a domain or an area that you're comfortable with, and you can add your name here in a comment or just in the talk or if you are shy of the public eye, please do signal on Slack. We'll help you out. Either way. So go ahead, pick out a domain that you're already comfortable with or that you want to get started out with, and add your name here. We will come back to you with project details or with corners of the project that you can help out with. I'll point out a general community question. Are there any UI UX designers in the call today? Or anybody looking to get into that area? If so, please speak out. We have some work for you and an opportunity for you.
Hey, Ayush.
Yeah.
So I'm not particularly looking out for like UI UX, but like I wanted to get into that. Like, how does it wholly works? You know, I mean, I want to try it out, like how it is. Not like I don't have any idea about it. So yeah, that's the thing.
All right, that's
I've never worked on design stuff before.
okay. That's that's a good start then. Thank you for speaking out. I'll get you connected to either Gerald or Tony or someone, and we'll get you started. All right. For people who've joined in the last week or so, do you have any issues? Anything that you want to discuss about? This is the perfect place to do so. No judgment. You can ask as silly a question as you want. There are no silly questions, actually.
I have probably a silly question. Should we be installing Meshery or is this a work in process, or is it something I can install on my Windows 10 Pro?
For installing Meshery, a big yes.
Okay.
Meshery is not a working project. It's a product that's rolled out and is soon going to be, or is in the workings of being added to the CNCF landscape. If you want to know how to install Meshery, Stephen, that is where the boring docs come into place.
Yes, I'm on that page.
Great. Can I ask which OS you're in or what your system specifications are?
It's Windows 10 Professional, completely patched. I've got Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio, and
Right.
work in the cloud space.
That's perfect. All right. There's a doc update coming, which is in PR at the moment, but these instructions should work as well.
Great. Yeah, I think I am partially through this particular page. Yeah. Oh, my curl didn't work because of cache memory issue, which I started researching on because I have 32 gig of RAM, but Segwin doesn't has some issues.
All right.
So.
I'll actually need the log file to give you an answer there. A cache memory issue shouldn't actually be a problem with any decent amount of disk space.
I'll get through it. I just
Sure.
had other things that I had to get.
No issues. Just ping on Slack if you're not able to get into it.
Okay, thank you.
Right. All right. Anybody else? Any issues or anything that you want to speak about? You can also speak up if you want, or if you haven't found a domain to work in, or any issues to work with. We'll find you some. It can be a little hard to find issues or to find domains at the start, and you might get a slower reply on Slack or even on GitHub or on email that you might hear. So please do speak up if you want to. Also, yes, thank you, Pratik. We had a Meshery dev meeting yesterday, which all of you are welcome to, by the way. Again, there's a meetings table link here. If and when you want to join us for meetings. So the MeshMate Dev Call is basically a weekly catch-up of any and all projects related to MeshMate in development stage, and we come together once a week and discuss things and related to the project and talk things through. So on the last call, we had a tutorial session on how to set up and run MeshMate CTO. MeshMate CTO is the CLI for MeshMate, is the official CLI. And if you want to get started out with it, the last meeting recording would be the perfect place to go, because you'll be up and running with the CLI in about 10 minutes. You'll find the recording on YouTube in the next 24 hours, hopefully. Again, you'll find the link to the recordings here. I apologize for my voice if it's a little heavy. I have a cold. And well, that's all from my side for today. If anybody wants to speak up, please do go ahead. Or if you're just tired of hearing my voice, that's completely understandable. Please go ahead. All right, then. I will end this meeting with a request for you to fill out this, actually. The same questionnaire is available on the site as well. So please do go ahead and fill out this questionnaire with any tutorials that you want for the next meeting, and we'll get set up. All right. Thanks for joining in, everybody. That's it for today. See you next week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Stephen.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.